Welcome to How Ines Rolls. Today I'm going to be showing you, with Paul, 2 recipes that you can do for the big game, the Super Bowl. And the first one is you're going to need some Captain Crunch cereal. So, let's get started. So the Captain Crunch is for Captain Crunch chicken strips, you guys. I've made them before and I'm going to show you again, but pretty much all you're going to need is some cereal, and you can put as much as you would like and just smash it down. So I've already done that. I've just done the whole bag because I'm going to make them all. I might even get more because Super Bowl is such a good time to have friends come over and enjoy, and we're trying to get them to come over to our house. So I think it's going to work out that we're going to be hosting. So I'll just have to make sure I have more on this on hand so we can have lots of chicken strips. And then the second recipe I'm going to let Paul do. He is going to be making some chicken wings. Those aren't my favorite thing to eat, so I don't very much make them, but he's been wanting to try a wonderful recipe on it, and he'll show you that. Plus, Paul has the dipping sauce recipe, and he does a good job making it for these chicken strips. So I can't wait to show you that as well. So what we're gonna get started is get a station ready. So you'll just need some flour, and you'll need some eggs in a bowl. And what I'm using today is a thin stripped chicken. That way it just cooks a lot easier, a lot more evenly, and pretty fast. So I am gonna use a skillet. I'm gonna get it out right here and have a kind of like an assembly line going on. It'll be so fast and it's so good, you guys. So let's get this going. So all I'm doing right now is just getting my assembly line ready. And I do have the thin cut chicken, but what I'm gonna do right now is cut it into like strips, and that way it'll just be so much easier to eat it and to cook it. So I'm just going to be putting a generous amount of oil into here. It was probably about a cup and a half, depending on your pan. So it's about an inch or so, half an inch to an inch of standing oil. So that's the only bummer part, is that it does use a lot of oil, but I don't make this very often. So actually I only make them for Super Bowl. Okay, so I've cut them into little strips, and I'm gonna add some salt and pepper into this mix, give it a good little stir, and then get them going. So I'm gonna do this first, where I'm just going to roll them into the flour a little bit. And I love having pepper in this one. This one's a good one to have pepper. Add a little salt, more salt, because that's a lot of flour. And it's gonna get a little messy here, but that's okay, because we'll just clean it when it's done. Okay, you guys, so dip it in your flour. Get a good flour coat. Dip it in the egg mix. And then this is what's going to stick on that Captain Crunch. And then like, there's gonna be pieces that are like chunkier, and it is okay. And then we'll get them into the pan. Then you just kind of watch them. So I might just let this one sit over here, because I am still getting my oil nice and hot. And then when I have a few, I'll put them in at the same time. So my oil has been heating up for a bit. Let's see if we can get it up a little bit higher. So when I feel like it's ready to go, I'm just gonna start putting them in, and I'll show you. All right, I feel like it's hot enough. So we're gonna get these in, and then I'm gonna make some more. Nice little sizzle. So you guys wanna use a higher temperature oil, like canola or vegetable. Olive oil is probably not the best for like a deep fry, just because it starts to scald, and then it could change even the taste of the food. So I know it can burn the oil a little bit. So I'm gonna get some more going, and I have my thermometer. If you have a meat thermometer, It's really good for these kinds of situations. So we're gonna be keeping track of the temperature and go from there. I can't wait to have some. Okay, I'm starting to do a flip over and they are looking so good. Oh, that's got a little more color than I would like, but that's okay, you guys, because in the end, it's really going to just be delicious. Okay, it's sizzling away, and you're just going to want to keep flipping it till we get that internal temperature at 175 degrees. And so we're just going to keep flipping them over and over. So short, that way they don't get too like ultra cooked. You just keep churning them. So I was a little delayed on that one, but that's okay. It's going to be delicious. Okay, so I'm almost done with the chicken strips, but Paul is home. Yay! And he's going to help with the wings. So I'm going to have him show you how he is doing that. As I'm finishing up the strips, we'll do a pass off.
Okay, so I have the Traeger heating up right now to high, somewhere between 400 and 450. If you want a good crispy outside on the wings, and one way you can do that is you can add cornstarch, but we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to rely on the grill to do it. So
cornstarch if you want.
Maybe we'll put a little cornstarch in there. But we're going to use this pork and poultry seasoning. It's really good. It's got a good barbecue taste. A little bit of apple and a little bit of honey in it, and it tastes really good. And we're just going to coat the wings really well with it, and they are going to sit here and soak up the seasoning for a while, and then we'll put them out on the Traeger.
Not too much. We found some cornstarch, so we're going to do it at the same time, right?
Okay. All right, then we're going to mix all this together and try and coat all the chicken in the cornstarch and the rub, and it will be super good. Alright, so we're just going to throw these wings on. This one's still a little stuck together.
So I just got frozen wings. Is that why they're stuck together? Is because they're frozen still? Now the bag says that you don't have to thaw them out.
And you don't.
So they should be okay on here.
Yep.
And how long do you think that they'll cook?
Probably 35 to 40 minutes.
Okay. And if somebody doesn't have a Traeger, can they do it on the grill?
Yes.
In the oven?
Yes, my mom. That's how my mom used to always make them, was in the oven.
Okay.
So she'd make a batch of hot wings and then a batch of like barbecue wings.
And from the oven. And then, do you remember how long she probably cooked those in the oven?
No.
No. But does it say on the bag, maybe?
No, but I looked it up. And it said chicken wings bake on high for about 35-40 minutes.
Oh, okay. So having a Traeger is super nice. Having a grill is super nice. So these can be cooking out here. It's not super cold out here, which is kind of nice.
I'll come back and hit all the bare spots with rub here in a second.
Oh, okay. Check these out, you guys. So this was the 2.5-pound bag of the thin cut chicken breast. So you can see it doesn't make like a ton, but I think it makes enough for our family. So if you're planning on having more people come over, you may want to do 2 to maybe like 5 to 10 pounds, somewhere around there. Although you'll be in front of the skillet for a while, it will cook so fast. And if you even do it the night before, we've done that too. You could heat it in the oven, game day. So we're gonna get this going, and I have a special sauce that I'm gonna show you. Well, actually Paul, because he's so good at it. It's kind of his thing too. So it's called a winger sauce, and there's a restaurant that's kind of in these area. Actually, it's not even in Vegas. It's every time we go to Utah. It's called Wingers, and they just have a really good sauce. It's really sweet and tangy, a little spice.
So good.
So good. Yeah, the boys really like it, and it's perfect with the Captain Crunch chicken. So let's get that going right now. So Paul is so good at this, but it's just because he normally does it, and he's gotten pretty good at it.
Well, in reality, I'm just good at everything I do.
He's very good at cooking, for sure. So he is putting 3 tablespoons.
Yes.
3 tablespoons of the Frank's hot sauce. And we're going to put 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And then 2 tablespoons of water. And that is it, you guys. So you just have to kind of stay by the stove, or you'll make candy. Right? We've done that before.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna just all melt together on a medium heat. Medium heat.
Yeah, but you have to keep stirring, otherwise it'll.
You'll make winger candy.
Yeah. You want to stir it until all the sugar dissolves. Because if it's not dissolved, it's gonna be a little gritty when you bite it, which.
Well, that's true.
It tastes good, but it doesn't.
It's
feel
just
good.
got gritty. Yeah.
It's not a pleasant bite.
No. Okay, so this sauce is going to be so good for, like I said, the strips, the little chicken strips that we have here with the Captain Crunch coating. Plus, it's also going to be so good with the wings. I'll bring you closer. So it's happening pretty quickly. Like, it starts to mix in. We're just waiting for it to kind of reach some of the bubbling around the edges, and then we're pretty much done. Now, this will only make about less than a cup. So if you have more people coming, you may want to double or even triple. Totally easy.
And you can even put it in a bottle and have it for like a month afterwards.
You just probably have to microwave it to soften it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, when it's in the fridge, or even room temperature, it'll get a little bit hard. So you want it to be nice and fluid.
Yeah. So you just heating it a little bit in the microwave will do that very nicely. All right, so here it is. That's when we say it's done. So we're going to turn it off and kind of let it simmer just a tiny bit, like just to cool, so we could use it on the kids' plate. So I had to dish up because the boys are about to get ready to go out to some church activities. And so he wanted to do a taste test and show you. He really likes these.
Like every year.
Like every year. Now, can you describe the winger sauce? Did I put enough on there?
Sweet and tangy.
Sweet and tangy? Even though it has hot sauce in it. Did you know it has hot sauce in it? Oh,
There's
okay.
some hot sauce over there.
Yeah, he's a smart kid. He knows. So we're just gonna have those. Paul's still working on the wings, and honestly, I'm more of the chicken tenders. Paul loves the wings, although I did keep him a couple right here. So it's time to eat. Ready, Ezzy? So that dinner was delicious. I love the chicken strips. They are so good. Well worth it to just try and make them. I don't make them often. So we just had them for tonight for a family. And then we will have them again for Super Bowl. But that's pretty much it, you guys. And Paul just finished the wings. You guys, look how perfect those are.
So good.
Now, do you prefer having wings just like kind of plain like that, or do you like them all saucy? All saucy.
I don't object either way.
Either way.
I will. I feel like I'm a connoisseur of wings, and I will eat whatever.
You have to come closer.
I will eat wings that are put in front of my face.
Well, they look delicious. I mean, I know that those are kind of more up your alley. You guys, see how easy it was to make 2 different recipes, perfect for the Super Bowl. And I hope that you would make them for your family or for Super Bowl or whatever get together you would like. And if you do, you have to let me know how they turn out. So thanks so much for stopping by the channel. I hope that you enjoyed these recipes. I love having Paul in these videos with me. It's so fun. So stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone. He has to have a little sample. There's gonna be like little hello, hello, hello. They're so good. Yeah, let's just face it, I am more for the food, the commercials, and the halftime show. I don't even know who's playing.
What? 49ers and Chiefs.